I have a question regarding the void, I think, or what people refer as the void. I think that's the stage I am in at the moment. It's been going on for a year, and over time, the journey accelerated. It's like it took the space that I had in my life to accelerate and go really, really, really fast. I'm at a point now where I lost everything. I have a roof I'm quite glad about for now. But yeah, no job. All my friends disappeared with time. It was not aligned anymore, with so much change. It's sort of logical. It's breaking my heart, but I also see the point and why it's happening. And the thing is that I am trying to get out of this void, but nothing feels right. And I tried, I tried things. I tried, to work. I tried to send emails. I tried to do my social media. I tried. Nothing works. Nothing works. Nothing works, and my heart is not at it neither. And everything I do also out of fear. And it appeared to me that it's not what I'm supposed to be doing, things out of fear, that it's the wrong vibration. And somehow the only answer that resonates is to let go and to trust, and that the right timeline, if we can resonate with this word, will open when the time is right. But oh boy, is my mind arguing. Oh, and my fear and my body. And yeah, that's very tough. That's very tough and very scary as well. And so, yeah, I think of you, Brent, sometimes in those moments where I'm like, I wish that someone would tell me what I need to do. Like this example of you with the camera, I don't know if you dreamt of it or something like that. I'm like, and I'm here in the dark and nothing comes. And it's very tricky and scary. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. 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 This is something I'm sure we all can relate with in some way or another. Bo shares here in the chat as well that he's right there with you. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
some call this the void, right? When our previous life um ends in a sense, and then there's this open space within which our new life will emerge. It will, just it hasn't yet. It's
Mhm.
like a limbo stage. So
Mhm.
thank you for sharing about that, Aurora. I'll share some things that came to me. Like you were saying, you wish maybe somebody would come and give you some answers or some direction. So I'll share about some of the things that I got during my experience in the void or in limbo stage, if you will. Before that, I just want to share that there's like another concept of the void, where people refer to like this open emptiness type of thing. It's a sort of a expansive pure consciousness. That's a little different than what we're speaking about, though that may also come in conjunction with this void type experience in our worldly life as well. So I remember going through like a significant, of course, transformation, feeling confident that I want to get back in the world because I wasn't bogged down by ongoing, you know, purging and really intense emotional stuff happening. I said, you know what, I think I'm ready to do something in the world after having gone through a big transformation, but I don't know what, and I don't know where to start. And every time I try to start, I get somehow like discouraged or it doesn't work out, or I kind of just know that it's not the right direction to move. And I noted that I was feeling guilty for being in the void, right? Our culture wants us to go out and do things and be productive and make something of ourselves and don't be a mooch, And so I was like, I don't want to be any of that. I want to give something. So out of guilt and out of fear, I was trying to find something to do. And of course, that isn't the way that is the most ideal way of us operating, especially as we go through significant spiritual transformation. We want to be inspired to do something with ourselves, inspired rather than doing it out of guilt or fear.
Mhm.
And so a few things happened. Firstly, I was lucky enough to be on a webinar with Matt Kahn, who's very inspiring to me. And he selected me for a question. And I asked him, I said, Matt, I know I have things to give to the world, but I don't know how to get started. I'm so inspired by you. So I asked him, I said, you write all these books and stuff. Do you use like immense discipline and effort and, like a whole um, forcing yourself to do stuff, or is it just, you wait for the flow and is it all just in the flow? And so he told me, he said, look, Brent, my last book that I wrote, it was extremely challenging. Okay, he said, that's part of the journey as well, some effort and putting in some discipline and things like that. But he said he loved doing it on some level as well. It's what he's here to do. He wanted to make the best book ever. And so some putting in some effort was there. But then he also said, Brent, you're here to give some gifts. You have some things to give to the world. Definitely, this is true. But right now, you have to focus on self-care. Focus on basic things. Go for walks, be social, volunteer in the community. When you begin to engage in these things, he said, that will prepare your system. And when you're ready, life will put you back in the game. That's what he said to me. And of course, there's parts of me that wanted to argue and say, no, I don't know if that's true. But I said, okay, I hope this guy isn't lying to me. So I'll continue to engage in those basic things. And so I just sort of got the energy flowing in my life just by doing little things here and there. Going for walks. I had got a sense of that already. So I was already volunteering a little bit with in the community. And I just kind of let that become my thing rather than sitting at home and sitting around, lying in bed, I just started to move and get out a little bit. That just kind of gets the energy flowing. It signals to the universe. It helps you with embodiment. It helps you with integration. It also creates more context out in the world for opportunities to come to you, for somebody to give you an invitation, for an idea to come, for synchronicity to kind of give you the next step. Whereas if you're just in your room or on your couch, there's not a lot of context for signs to show up in your life.
Mhm.
So that was one theme. The other theme was I had a dream. Um, I I picked up the camera. Felt very creative, so I picked up the camera and I just started making art. I said, okay, I'll just make art. Maybe I'm not getting a real job like I should, but I'm having fun, so I'll just make art with the camera. And then I had a dream where, like this very radiant goddess, who I see it as the Divine Mother Shakti, said, hey, can you take my picture? And so I said, okay, I'll take your picture. You know how you might take someone's picture at like a tourist attraction, you just help them out, take their picture. So I took her picture and then she offered me some money. And I said, like, why are you giving me money? She's like, no, take the money. And so when I woke up, I understood that she's saying, try and turn this into a career or a job, like become a professional photographer. It was like a little bit of a nudge in that way. So that dream was a good sign. So I kind of continued to move in that direction. And then one thing led to another through the flow, through synchronicity, through meeting the right people. Somehow or another, I end up having people paying me to do photography. I never set out to do that initially. It just kind of happened. So you got to kind of go with the flow. The other thing was I had a dream again because this was such a big theme for me, especially being like a young man, just, healthy, just finished my schooling. I should get a job basically. And I was like, I don't know what to do. So this was a big theme for me. And sometimes when you have like a really big burning question, the universe will respond in some way through the flow, through a dream, through a vision, through a book or something or the other. And so I had a dream where I met with Jesus in a church and I begged him. I said, please tell me what to do with my life. Like I'm begging you, please tell me, tell me, tell me. And he just said, your destiny is written on your soul. And that was it. And so I understood that I can't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong. None of us can get it wrong. What we're meant to do on this earth, what we're destined to do has already been decided and we will accomplish it. That timeline is already set out. So you don't have to feel as if it's on all the pressure is on you to fulfill your own destiny. If it is your destiny, it was given to you by something greater than you, and that thing that gave it to you, we'll call it God. God will help you to see that that unfolds. If it's destiny, it's destined to unfold. You can't not fulfill your destiny. So you can just take a more passive approach and relax and say, God, clearly I'm here with a destiny. Help me to make it happen. But you know where to find me if you're not giving me any clear push or direction. I'll be out and about, taking care of myself, doing things that inspire me, being out in nature, exploring art, connecting with friends, volunteering, whatever it may be. But you just kind of do those things. Even if that means just tidying up, decluttering, things like this that maybe aren't big picture things, but they lead to big picture things. But if you're
Mhm.
sitting doing nothing, you need some sort of stepping stones to the big thing. And so all of those more um, the things that I've been talking about, self-care and whatnot, hobbies, things like that, those are the stepping stones that we're looking for that get the energy moving and help us with embodiment. And so that's what has been the path for me in my journey. And it's still ongoing. I still have these existential questions of like, like what am I here to really do and stuff like that still comes up for me. And then I have to sort of process and think and be with those feelings and soothe the parts of me that are guilty or the parts of me that compare myself to my peers who are having families. And, I've got friends with multiple properties and stuff like this. And I start thinking like, oh my God, I'm behind. What am I doing? And then I have to remember like my destiny is written on my soul. I can't get it wrong. Can't get it wrong. Just relax and just soothe myself in that way. So I hope that can be helpful for you, Aurora, and anybody else in this void, in this limbo. It's a very, very uncomfortable place to be, especially in our culture. In our culture, other cultures don't necessarily have so much of a pressure on a person to do big things in their life and whatever it is. But our culture, of course, emphasizes that to a fault, I think.